Here we go.
Okay.
Sharon Raji Maynard again, and with my good friend Sheila Sipiora. We're reminiscing. We're going down memory lane. And in that memory lane, when we first met, I was a single mom with 9 kids, and you were just getting ready to be married. And we were both excited just about learning a lot of new things, right?
Right.
I remember my step into that world of new possibilities came because of my financial situation. I had these 9 kids. I was a widow. I didn't have a lot of time or energy to earn money. And so when I went to a workshop held by our friend Richard Mabbott, I was asked, the whole class was asked, what does financial abundance look like to you? We wrote it down, turn it over, paper over. Why don't you have it? Easy peasy. Because I had come from a religion that said God gives you your journey and you just suck it up. So I wrote, God hasn't told me it's time for me to be financially abundant yet. And because I was going to, pats on the back at the other in the other congregation. Well, I got up because I knew I was right, and I read it out, and I was laughed at, Sheila, laughed at. And I heard somebody say, "What God are you talking about?" And fortunately, I didn't get offended. I went, "Oh," it was like, "Oh, there's something different." But then I ran into you. I mean, it was an interesting and valuable workshop, but then I ran into you, and I don't think you had a bone in your body that thought anything other than abundance.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? What is it?
Well, we all come in to learn different lessons, and it's all good. There's nothing bad about it. It's all good, but isn't it more fun? And I came in, where's the fun? I just want to have fun. And of course, down here, it helps that little money to have fun. No, I remember clearly when I got prosperity and I got wealth mentality. I was going to college in San Francisco, and so I had just moved there from Idaho, and I'd met these wonderful people who had opened up my eyes to meditation and all these wonderful things. And I remember having to work. I was putting myself through college, and all of a sudden, in a quiet moment, I got really angry, and I said, "Listen, God, I'm real interested in your work. I mean, you're it." I said, "But I can't do both. I can't make a living and study your work and get closer to you. This is your arena, not mine." I said, "So you're going to take care of the wealth and the prosperity, and I'm going to do my work. Is that agreed?" I got really angry, and then it was gone. It was clear. And that was my intention. I'm here to play and to learn and to share and do my work, whatever that looks like. But you're going to support me in it financially. You're going to do the job. Well, then everything I came across in college, psychology major, I worked on my own blocks on wealth, prosperity, abundance. And then I was also drawn to all the works. I went into radionics, which is the work of frequency and health, but also frequency in any arena. And in there, I learned that you have a numerical number and a frequency, and it can be brought out by number. And then you take a ruler or a compass for round, and then you draw up a geometric design for anything. For instance, what if you had a tumor? You would create a geometric design that would heal and clear, connect with that tumor and heal and clear anything having to do with that tumor. So I said, well, why can't you do that with finances and abundance? why, you know, it's a mentality, because all things would start with thought and belief and then feelings. Why can't we go to the point of reference, the cause of the cause, that has to do with knowing your innate abundance with God? We create all things as He does, because we are His children. And so I started playing with that, and that just felt right to me. And I think that's what I ended up sharing with you, because I found it very powerful. Now, I just need everyone to know that there's a beginning, there's a clearing, there's getting in touch with, but then there's also, you evolve, you evolve, you evolve. And just like finding or owning or knowing your innate being, you don't need to learn that. You need to look at the blocks that keep you from the love that you are. So you look at the blocks and you clear the blocks. And I think that with all the work that we do, it's always a work. I mean, it's always a stepping work in progress. It's never one silver bullet. So it's always a work in progress. But I just know that my life is magnificent. It's been blessed. It's been charmed. I lived a charmed life, and I have no regrets, and I love it all. And I give a lot of it to the fact that I had an intention, I set my desire, and then I went along my way.
So, you know, what it sounds like to me, Sheila, in that angry student moment, you put your staff in the ground, and you spoke to what you understood at that time, which was the greater power of God, and you basically said, "Hey, this is good stuff, and it's helpful stuff, and I see that it's going to be good for myself and others, and I'll take that on, but I will not take on figuring out money. That's your arena. I will not accept poverty. I won't accept limit because of finances. I won't accept it, and it's your job to do it." And also what I hear you saying is that whenever we make a shift, and that was a big shift, what we're really doing is we are stopping our progression on this path that we might know this path really well. I think we know how to survive really well. We know how to be survivors really well. But you said, I'm going to thrive, be thrived. I'm going to be supported. And when we do that, we have to know that we are now shifting from a master of one way, because we know how to survive, to being a novice. And that's why you say step by step. Once you make that shift, then what comes up might be blocks to put you back on the old path, but you wouldn't go on the old path. You just said, nope, I'm going to stop that. What do I have to do to stop that? And then the understanding of vibrations came into your world.
Yes, and how to work with vibrations, like quantum physics. I mean, I felt like, oh my God, I found home. Quantum physics was like, wow. Sacred geometry, I felt at home. Because I found this. Yeah, it's true. Something just came to mind while you're talking, and that is, and my children still say this to me. They talk among themselves. They go, "How does Mom always have money? She always have all the money. How does she do that? And you know what? On the outside world, no one can figure out. And in college, I remember my best friend saying, "How did you do that? How can you go and do anything you want? Where are you? How do you have this money, this wealth?" And I'm going, see, and because I'm supported. I am supported. Anything I want, I do, and I am supported. It's a mindset. But there you go again. It's in the mind. It's in the beliefs. You know, there's hypnotherapists. Number one therapist in England. Her name is Marissa Peer. And she's phenomenal. And she talks again about how nobody blocks our wealth and our prosperity except in our own minds. And she does great free YouTube sessions online too. But she says, when you were speaking, Sharon, and you said, I know how to survive. And she says, you know what the brain likes? The brain likes familiar. Likes familiar.
Yeah.
Well, why not tell the brain we're going to go into that unfamiliar and it's going to be fun. So there's a lot of what she teaches that I really support. And that's kind of the arena I'm playing in right now. But I love that the brain loves familiar, and you'll just get more of what you're used to unless you decide I'm going to do something different.
Right. And I think it's a really good point, Sheila, when you point out, what do you want to do and how do you have money to do it? It's not because you inherited thousands of dollars from your parents or that you have an unlimited bank account. You have a mindset.
Right. Unlimited mindset.
Yeah, and it's been true for you for as long as I've known you. So that's 35 years about,
Yeah.
And it's based on principles and upon laws. And I admire that. Take charge.
It's based on the truth of what we are. The light, the truth of what we are is pure abundance and creativity. There is nothing we can't have or want or achieve if we set our mind to it. And we will be supported by all. You call it God, you call it universe, you call it whatever you want to call it, the invisible, the angels, you will support it. But you're the one. Nothing happens without our consent, as you well know in your work. We place, we decide, and we state our intentions and what will be, because we are creators too. And it all begins there. Yeah.
Hey, thanks for being in my life.
You and mine. I wouldn't have wanted to do it without you.
I know. We've done some fun things. So thank you for sharing. I hope that sparks others to start evaluating where are they in this. Are they in charge or they are at someone else's?
That's right.
You're not.
Are they giving their power away or are they taking their power back?
Yeah, exactly.
And it doesn't have to be abrasive. It doesn't, no one knew that I told God, listen here.
Yeah.
You want me to do this and I'm willing to do this, but you need to support me. And that's all that was said. Yeah. So it doesn't have to be, out, it doesn't have to be pushy in any way, shape, or form. It's between you and God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good advice. Love you. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.